So welcome everybody to this presentation. My name is Chris Corrigan. I'm our subject lead for music in the School of Arts, English and Languages. And I'd like to talk to you about the various music programmes we offer at Queen's University Belfast. So this presentation will focus on one of the 5 programmes we offer, specifically the Music and Audio Production programme at Queen's. So I'd like to start with a few brief words about Queen's as an institution in general. Queen's is a member of the Russell Group of universities. These are 24 of the research-intensive universities across the UK. Queen's is also ranked within the top 250 universities worldwide as of the most recent QS World Rankings. In terms of graduate prospects, Queen's is in the top 40 across the world for graduate prospects, again from one of the recent QS Graduate Employment Rankings. And we also have the lowest student rent across the UK, according to NatWest's recent Student Living Index. Over the last number of years, there's been quite a significant investment within the campus infrastructure at Queen's. We've invested about £700 million over the past 10 years, and this has gone into public facilities for all students, including the Maclay Library, including investments in the Physical Education Centre, and new bespoke buildings for computer science. So within our own school, the School of Arts, English and Languages, we offer 5 programmes in music. A Bachelor of Music, a BA in Music Performance, a BA in Music and Sound Design, a BA in Music and Audio Production, and a BSc in Audio Engineering, which is co-taught with our colleagues in the School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. So there's a number of unique aspects of the infrastructure of our school that I'd like to show you to begin with. We are based across 2 buildings, the Sonic Arts Research Centre and the Music Building. And within each of these buildings, the centrepiece or the heart of each of those buildings is a performance space. Within the Sonic Arts Research Centre, we have a fabulous performance space, which we call the Sonic Laboratory. And this is a unique performance facility across the world. It's a space specifically for the performance of electronic forms of music. And it includes 48 loudspeakers distributed in different parts of the space, both in front of the audience, behind the audience, above and below the audience, and to the sides of the audience. The purpose of these loudspeakers is to provide a completely immersive listening experience, rather like the developments in cinema in the area of Dolby Atmos, but specifically for music purposes. And then 5 minutes away in the Music Building, just on University Square, we have our music centre, and within the Music Building we have a beautiful acoustic concert hall, the Hearty Room, and all of the acoustic music performances on a concert basis, but also our performance modules are delivered within the Hearty Room. We have a number of quite close relationships with industry partners in the province. Of particular note is our partnership with the Ulster Orchestra. This is a strategic partnership that's been developed over the last number of years, and it enables us to bring in tutors from the orchestra to feed into the performance platform classes that happen on a weekly basis. But we also have close links with a range of other partners, the Lyric Theatre, Moving On Music, one of our fabulous local music promoters, and BBC Northern Ireland, who were integrally involved in the design of our BSc in Audio Engineering. As well as those partnerships with local institutions, we have a number of specific industry professionals who come in to teach on our programmes. One of our industry professionals is Peter Wilson, or Duke Special, as he performs. And Peter is directly involved in the delivery of modules that we offer in songwriting and modules that we offer in contemporary or popular music performance. So in addition to Peter, the Hard Rain Soloist Ensemble work with us as industry professionals, serving effectively as an ensemble in residence. And the Hard Rain Soloist Ensemble feed into a number of activities across our programmes, including workshopping compositions from our composition students, working with our performance students, and also working with our students making audio recordings in commercial studio contexts. So the School of Arts, English and Languages is also an Avid Learning partner. We're one of the academic partners with Avid, and Avid are one of the major software companies in the creative industries. Avid release software called Pro Tools for audio editing and recording, and Media Composer for video editing and recording. And these two software applications, Pro Tools and Media Composer, would arguably be regarded as the industry standard platforms for this kind of work in audio recording and editing and video editing. As well as that, Avid are the parent company for the Sibelius music notation software, which I'm sure many of you have used for music notation purposes. One final unique aspect of our department is that we offer generous performance bursaries to any students who wish to study performance or to take a module in performance who have passed a performance audition. So if students are accepted following their audition onto our performance modules, the bursaries cover the costs of all of the practical performance tuition across the year of the delivery of that performance module. And over the course of 3 years, if students carry on performance across the 3 years of their degree programme, the cost of those performance tuition lessons can mount up considerably. So these bursaries can be worth up to in the region of £2,500 over the course of 3 years. So that's a little bit of background about our music department and some of the unique aspects of the department. I'd like to go on now and say a few more specific words about the BA in Music and Audio Production programme. This is a relatively new programme, and we're into the 4th year of our BA in Music and Audio Production programme now. And the activities on the programme fall into, broadly speaking, 2 categories. Firstly, the acquisition of practical skills in sound engineering. And this involves an extensive amount of practical sound engineering experience. Students are introduced to recording techniques, both multi-track and stereo recording techniques for capturing musical performances in the studio. We also look at the process of facilitating live music performance through a focus on live sound reinforcement. That's the operation of mixing consoles and microphones for amplifying and projecting musical performance in concert spaces. Coupled with both of these activities, there's quite a strong focus on audio editing, mixing and mastering skills for working with audio in a musical context. And underpinning all of these technical skills is the development of technical listening. Much like musicians will develop their oral skills in terms of identifying intervals and cadences and so on, we focus on the development of technical listening skills to facilitate audio engineering in both the studio and the live environment. As well as the development of these audio engineering practice skills, there's the development of musical practice, and that takes a number of forms. Students can opt to take modules in performance. Students will be engaged in a degree of compositional activity in their first year, and then beyond first year, more specific compositional activity in the form of songwriting and musical production. And underpinning all of this is the development of general musicianship. So this diagram represents the current program structure for our BA in Music and Audio Production. The boxes that you see there relates to the different modules that are offered. And you'll see that the diagram is divided into 2 sides, as it were. The left-hand side, which includes a number of white boxes or modules, and the right-hand side, which includes a number of optional modules that are shaded green. So on the left-hand side, those white boxes represent the compulsory modules that students take in each year of the 3-year programme. Across Queen's, the expectation is that students will study the equivalent of 6 modules in any one academic year. So in the first year of our programme, there are a large number of compulsory modules, 5 in total. Sound recording and production 1, sound synthesis and audio mixing, introduction to composition, and then an either-or, composition 1A or composition 1B. And then finally, the introduction to music, which is the 5th compulsory module. In addition to that, students will choose a 6th optional module from the list of potential modules over on the right-hand side there, or from other modules within the school that students may be interested in taking. This model continues into second year. We have 3 compulsory modules in second year, a continuation of sound recording and production, a focus on songwriting, and a focus on experimental popular musics. And then finally at level 3, there are also 3 compulsory modules, sound recording and production 3, professional practice, and politics and popular song. And at both level 2 and level 3, students choose 3 additional optional modules from the list of options listed there. Now, probably the best illustration of the outputs of our students, or the activities that our students are involved in, is the student work that is produced at the end of each module, at the end of each academic year. So I'd like to play you 2 short examples of some recent work. The first of these is an example of, I guess, 2 areas of activity within music and audio production. The composition and development of songs, and this particular video also demonstrates the performance of these songs. These particular students who wrote the song, Catherine Philippa and Adam Devaney, also perform. And this particular video was recorded, the audio that you'll hear was recorded by a 3rd student as a recording project. So it's a good illustration of intersection between the multiple areas of the programme. Compositional activity on the one hand, performative activity on the other, and technical capture as a 3rd strand of activity.
Come and wash my spirit clean. Winter turns to spring to heal my wounded beast. And shadowland, harder and harder to keep. And shadow sheltered souls.
Okay, so in a similar vein, I'm going to play just a second example. This is a studio recording this time. This is a similar combination of multiple areas of the programme. The sound engineer in this case was a recent student, Johnny Woods, who also wrote the song that was being recorded. And it's performed by a band that he'd set up involving some performers from within our school and some performers from outside our school. So this is a track called Absolutely Nothing, and it's a great example of studio-based composition.
What we got here is absolutely nothing at all. If I could, yeah, I would. till you give them all they want. I stand here waiting for my turn, for what I want. You and I have got tonight. You and I have got tonight. Got tonight. You and I have got tonight. You and I have got tonight. Got tonight. You and I have got tonight. You and I have got tonight. Got tonight. You and I have got tonight. You and I have got tonight. Got tonight. We know how to roll with it. Yeah, if you wanna go, if you wanna go, na 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 na. You got trouble.
So while music and audio production is a recent degree programme, our first cohort of graduates graduated in 1920, just in July 2020. We have run music technology and music degrees for many years at Queen's, and our graduates have gone into a wide range of sectors that relate to the area of audio production. Some of these areas are listed here, but this is just a cross-section of where some of our students have ended up. Some are working in studios, some are working as front-of-house engineers in concert venues, some are working with audiovisual companies providing AV requirements for corporate events. Some are working in broadcasting, both radio and television. Some are working with artists in artist management. Some are working as professional songwriters, professional music producers, and so on. And just to give you a flavour of some of our graduates from music and music technology over the years, Graham Archer is a Grammy-nominated music producer, works with a wide range of high-profile artists. Fiona Macaulay is head of digital at the YMU Group in London. And Richard Graham is an assistant professor at the Stevens Institute in New Jersey. In a similar vein, Gerard Gormley has gone into academia. He's working as a lecturer in Buckinghamshire University. Claire Leonard's working in PR as a client manager. And Johnny Woods, who you heard a recording of just a few moments ago, is working as an engineer and producer at Start Together Studios. So I hope that's given you a flavour of what's involved in our BA in Music and Audio Production. Our entrance requirements are listed on our website, but to summarise those, the entrance requirements are grades ABB at A-level, and there are no subject-specific requirements. We have an equivalent entry for the Irish Leaving Cert, and we also accept Stage 1 entry for students completing BTECs, national diplomas, HNCs or HNDs. So if you've any queries, please don't hesitate to get in touch. The AHSS email address is listed on the slide there. We also have a QUB Music Facebook group. Please do join us on the Facebook group. There's regular postings about events at Queen's, many free concerts that you might be interested in attending. So please join our community of followers on Facebook.